Okay, this video is long overdue, but I joined the Dollightfulls Tropical Collab. And for this doll, I wanted to use Draculaura doll for the first time. A pretty dirty Draculaura doll, actually. I tried making a dress for her, because I wanted more a vacation type doll, but it was way too small. So yeah, the first thing I think of as a Norwegian when I heard tropical is vacation. After getting the doll's head off, it's time to remove the nasty glue and get the doll cleaned before I can finally start the face up. And you might see that this part is really sped up. Yeah, there's a reason for that. You see, I messed up the sealant ratio and ended up with a really slippery surface. So the pencils wouldn't stick, but pastels would. But the pastels were also impossible to blend and way too opaque. I kept working on the face, but with the colors I chose and a weird surface, she just ended up looking like a clown. I even tried sealing her again to see if that helped, but my sealant mixing was a lot better. But the first layer was already ruined, and the doll just turned into a hot mess. The only thing I really liked was one of her eyebrows, so I decided to just remove the whole thing. So about my sealant, I used Liquitex matte medium mixed with Liquitex airbrush medium, because for me, it is a lot cheaper in the long run than getting MSC, and it works well for me at least. So I mixed these together until it kind of looks like milk, and apply that with my airbrush. Starting again, I could already notice a huge difference. Like, everything was behaving like normal again. I did stick to the same colors, and this time she didn't look like a clown. I really love Draculaura's mold, and I wish I had more of her dolls. It's definitely the most colorful doll I worked on, and the first doll I given light blue eyes. I always draw the waterline outside of the molded eyes. That way I can make them look a little bigger and not as tall, I guess. I did manage to draw some great eyebrows, I think, so I don't feel that sad about losing the old ones. To add just a little extra on her face, I decided to draw a sea star by her eye. Like maybe she decided to go get her face painted on her holiday. I did add a ton of blushing to this doll. I mean, she's out in the sun all day, so maybe she got a little burnt. And finally moving to the black, I started adding the wing eyeliner. And to really saturate the colors, I started painting with my pencils and a paintbrush instead. I wanted the starfish to have a bit more color to it, so I had a red outline that I blended inwards before adding some yellow in the center, making this warm orange. When coloring in our eyes, I ended up picking two of the same blue from different brands. So I made the top a little darker than planned, but it worked out better that way. I also added some yellow to the bottom before painting in the pupils. I want to try something new for lashes. So instead of drawing them like normal, I wanted to draw them in bulks and in blue instead of black. And I really want to try this with other dolls as well. And it also made the eyes look more bottom heavy, so it helped make them droop down a little for that more innocent look. I've never been that good at highlighting the face, so I tried a bit harder this time. And I also added way more details in the eye that I'm used to, like that light blue ring around the iris, which is also something I should do more often. Instead of using just gray, I decided to shade the eyes with light blue to add a bit more color to it. And of course the starfish needed a bit more detailing. And the main highlights in the eyes, I drew them as triangles instead of circles, since I figured I could get some diamond-shaped iridescent glitter into triangles and use that instead of a whole one, since they tend to be a little big. And after some final touch-ups, it was time to add glitter. And I hate just using loose glitter on top of glue. So for easier application and just less mess, I mix the glitter that I'm going to use into glue and apply it with a small dotting tool like I use, or just a toothpick. The iridescent glitter I talked about, it wasn't easy to cut. But I managed to do it, and it looked good. And I also didn't want to add lashes, so with some final shimmer gloss, well, the face is done. It was so fun making this doll, and this collab managed to get me to work again. I also missed making videos, even though it hadn't been super long. But it's my first video after moving back home again, if you don't look at the YouTube update video that I posted. But it really made me happy being able to work on this again. There was a ton of stuff that I made off camera now too, for different reasons. And maybe the voiceover was a little short, but hey, I'm super happy with this doll and just being able to make videos again. So hopefully it's not long until the next one, because I do have a few too many projects planned. But before that, maybe just stick around my channel and watch some other videos I made.